with High Alchemies, I really loved, yes, definitely the aspect of community and sisterhood and the weekly hour to 90 minutes of turning back towards myself, like getting home, preparing my meal, hopping in bed, listening, and then, maybe receiving if we were doing a Reiki session or a meditative experience. But that, like, even on the ceremonial days, it felt like, okay, I have class tonight. Like, I have a little ceremony time with me. And I think that was one of my favorite parts was the live action of being together, receiving the transitions, but also being consistent with myself for that time with me, that time with God, and that time to refuel, really. Um, Another piece of it was the take home work, where I was able to go through my days, the following days, and just be walking in the neighborhood or having a little bit of a rough commute home and putting on High Alchemy's recorded meditation and one of the meditations recorded and just receiving and making it as simple as that. Like walking an entrepreneurial path and being connected to our creativity and our mission asks a lot of trust, yes, with ourselves, but like even further, trust from God and like leaning back and knowing that we'll be held. And I feel like I am reminded through High Alchemies how important it is to be in this co-collaboration with God and really discern what is being asked of you. And so it's almost as if almost a full year of like walking closely with God and these spiritual practices and meditation experiences uh, that have really got me to a place where I am being more patient, I'm taking my time, and I'm listening. Whereas before it was more frenetic energy and like always reacting onto the next and reactionary, where now it's like what one of my most important lessons or takeaways is to really sit with myself and to sit with God and receive the wisdom and the information that I need versus impulsively doing things. And so also around the time that I joined High Alchemies, I also was feeling I'm just going through the motions of life and something needs to shift. And I also started going to church around this time because of the longing for more of a consistent spiritual community as well. So it's like I got that in real life, and then I also got it virtually in High Alchemy. So I was starting to get like the best of both sisterhood and spirituality in another way. Yeah, I would like to say when I was first signing up for this mentorship, I made it clear like I wanted to do a spiritual type of mentorship versus being in containers where I'm like working on my business or something more masculine. I wanted a container that I was returning to fill up my spiritual cup, if you will, versus getting, yes, there's an action because we did do things, we did right, we did action oriented things, but this other dynamic, I knew that I was looking for more of the spiritual essence. And I think specifically working with you, Ash, is that you bring the the Reiki, the meditation, the medicine that I'm looking for, alongside the wisdom you carry, as well as the directness that you are, with loads of love attached to it. But there's just this safety I feel with working with you. Like, I know that you embody your work. And I think I'm always, wanting to be around that and learn from people that are in that space. And then it also allows me to remember my own beauty and gifts as well. And so I think that's one of the reasons why I continuously come back to work together, because it's a remembering and a reminder, um, of where I want to go, and also what's inside of me. So thank you. The healing and transformation that I see through me being in my mission and in my work is deeper connection with self, with the depth of our hearts, and then also in community. In community, in friendships, in relationships, in partnership, romantic as well, where we get to understand who we are, what we desire, um, and also be able to meet ourselves there with God meeting us, and then have the vulnerability to have other people meet us in our desire to be loved and, romance, and to be seen by those around us. So to sum that up, is really the willingness to be vulnerable and share our heart with the world. So, a little bit about the work I'm doing right now. I've gone through a lot of different pathways in my journey of being an entrepreneur for over 10 years or so. And it's something that has continuously called me back has been relational work. And I love people and holding space for them and witnessing different things that they're going through, holding space for their emotions, and then also navigating different conversations and moments of heartbreak and longing. And so, specifically, a romantic relationship. So, what I like to say that I'm working with, my work is relational mentorship and connecting with men and women, both, but mostly women on their creative journey through their relationships as well. So sometimes I focus on two different things. So we might look at the relationship itself, as in the relationship itself and the relationship to other, but then also, okay, where's your creativity? Some of the women I work with do have businesses, so it's like, how is your relationship to your clientele and the people that you're working with, and to your creative process itself? So a few different things going on, but mostly we come back to that relational piece: how we relate to one another, how we relate to our work, how we relate to our clientele, our audience. And so right now, some of the things that I'm working on, main thing is one-on-one work, is intimacy mentorship, where we dive in together on your romantic life, your personal life, and look at some sticky areas that you're going through. And sometimes, this could be broad. If you're in a relationship, if you're in a situationship, if you're married, and there's different conflicts you're moving through, having a neutral person to kind of talk to about these things and offer feedback in relation to yourself. And so a lot of like what happens in our relationship mirrors back to ourselves. So I like to allow people to talk, but we also look at, okay, what is this telling you about you? So relational mentorship is usually about 10 sessions together over a period of 4 months. And that's like one of my main core offers right now. And then I have a masterclass that I'm coming out with called Done with Situationships, mostly because that is something that I'm pretty passionate talking to women about, and how a situationship will form a leak in your field and really drain your energy, and where we need our energy to be right, to be aligned for our creative work. But also, you desire a certain relationship that feels wholesome, that feels fulfilling. And sometimes these situationships are not that, and they do have a lot to teach us about ourselves. So, this is a masterclass I'm coming out with very soon. And then Shakti is coming. So we have a wait list for that. Shakti series is coming back, and that is harnessing and honing your creative essence and energy, which also connects to your sexual energy. So all of the chaotic, frenetic feminine, we're going to bring it back to center line and ground it into a place where you can create from purpose and from pleasure as well. So that will probably be coming in the fall. So that's what I'm working on right now. The way to find me, I'm mostly on Instagram right now, and my handle is at Jess Moroz, Moroz. And all of my information is on there. If you have any questions, DM me and we can chat. I'm doing, lately I've been doing 20 to 30-minute breakthrough calls where I get to, meet somebody in my audience or someone moving through something, and just to really connect with them, but also to go deep on one area of their life and see what wants to come up, wants to come through, and how I can support you moving forward. So maybe we just have a conversation. Maybe there's something I can support you with.